This program is brought to you by Emory University.
Hi, my name is Martin Bunt. I'm a 3L here at Emory Law, and I've been in the International Humanitarian Law Clinic for 2 semesters for classes, and then I also participated in our first competition this semester in the American Red Cross Claire Barton International Humanitarian Law Competition. I would say my experience with the International Humanitarian Law Clinic has been awesome. I also was involved in the National Security Law Society, and I was the president, and I've worked with Professor Blank very closely. She always brings in amazing speakers on cyber law, on detention law. It's really a small group of IHL professors who support each other. We always have awesome speakers come in at the clinic who are really applying what they have learned in law school and are doing it for real. And so I also discovered the JAG Corps program, military lawyer program, through the IHL clinic and the speakers that came. And I actually ended up applying to the Navy JAG Corps. I've been accepted and will become a Navy JAG. My 3L fall, I went back into the IHL clinic because I had such a good time my 2L year. And this time, Professor Blank, knowing that I had aspirations for JAG in the Navy, she assigned me to work for the Naval War College. And now this is the War College that's up in Newport, Rhode Island. And I was going to write out a series of papers on rules of engagement scenarios for a seminar that the Naval War College was going to hold 2 weeks ago in Newport, Rhode Island. And so I was given 4 topics: the Strait of Hormuz, that's out of the Persian Gulf, we run all the oil; the South China Sea, all the contentions there of freedom of navigation operations, China's land grabs, et cetera, counter-piracy off Somalia, and then also some peacekeeping operations in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And I was just given this general outline. I was told that the moderators, the JAGs who were coming in to help teach these seminars, would use my questions, and the students would too, to kind of get like a brief overview of what's going on. And then the questions that I wrote and the scenarios that I wrote would be given to the students, and they would have to answer them. And so I did this. It was a lot of work, but it was awesome because I wrote out the scenarios. I worked with a captain in the Navy and also a commander in the U.S. Coast Guard. And I wrote out these scenario papers, submitted them last December. And then this past March, the school and the IHL clinic arranged for me to fly up to Newport, Rhode Island. This was after I had been accepted to JAG too. Arranged for me to fly up to Newport, Rhode Island, and every student gets to do these. I'm not the only student who gets to fly different places. This year I know of one guy who is going to Estonia for a cyber conference because NATO has their cyber conference out there, so we sent a student out there. We send people to the Marine War College, and then I went to the Naval War College. And so getting involved in the clinic, you really get to travel these places where there are professionals doing this as a career, and you get to observe and take part in what they do. It's a great way to get out of the academic setting and into the real world and get a great preview of what's going on and actually take part. And so I went up to the Naval War College. I was there Sunday through Wednesday. I saw all these different students from the State Department, the Navy, the Bulgarian, there was a Bulgarian Air Force officer, there was a Jordanian Air Force officer, all who were there in these classes where they're getting their masters in national security law at a variety of different subjects. And they were using my scenario and my questions that I created, and they were having to answer them in small groups. And then since I was the person who wrote it, if there was any questions were directed at me. And then since I had all the answers, I helped the professor, who was a Navy captain, help answer, fill in any gaps because obviously I was so in depth and knew the knowledge so well. And it just was an invaluable experience for me because I got to have dinner, attend classes, go out and have drinks with Navy captains who are 20 years my senior, just above and beyond of what I am now. And I just had an invaluable experience, a great time, and it really just made all the hard work that I'd put in last semester, I finally realized how much it was worth it. And that is why I'm so glad that I joined the IHL clinic because, without that, I wouldn't have had that opportunity. And the IHL clinic is really a great place to take our work, and it really is a clinical experience. You take the work that you're doing and then you apply it to the real world. And then you will see that applied in the real world. It just won't disappear on an email off somewhere. You really get that opportunity. And I'm so happy that I've taken part. Professor Blank's been wonderful. And yeah, it's been great.